Hey guys, welcome back to Beeman MTV. Today we'll be tearing apart this 2015 Scott Aspect 740, and we're gonna tear it right down to the frame, like take everything off of it, the wheels, the fork, the cranks, the cassette, like absolutely everything right down to the bare frame. And then we're gonna have a series on slowly upgrading this bike because this bike is an amazing beginner bike, and because it's like a cross-country mixed with like a trail and yada yada yada. And we're gonna change the fork, do a 12-speed drivetrain, I don't want to give too much of it away, but pretty much this whole bike is getting an overhaul. So we'll get started by removing the pedals because some bikes are a pain to take pedals off if they haven't been taken off for a while, or like the bike's been ridden in sand and stuff. So we'll start by taking them off, and then we'll move up to the handlebars and the brakes and shifters and stuff, and then we'll slowly move our way back. And I just have the bin up there for greasy parts and stuff like that. So because this bike will go from a 3x9 to a 1x12. And yeah, it's gonna be kind of fun. And as you can see from the walk around on the bike, it's had a fair bit of decent beginner bike life, so that's good. Then we'll give it another life and somebody else will enjoy it and have fun with it. Like that. And then these bars I believe are 31.8, and they're on most bikes. And then this bike has a flat bar because it's like a cross bike, so there's not much rise to them. And if you have a cross bike, if you want to go with a higher rise bar, you can. see some of that rust there. And on the inside of the stem, there's a little bit of sand and stuff. So you can tell this bike's been ridden on like sandy terrain and all that kind of stuff like that. So. What I'm doing right now is just taking off the front brake so it's easier to take the fork off. These two bolts here, both 5mm. There's one on the bottom of the caliper and one up at the top. And once both of them are loose, that. Cut off the zip tie. Then the whole front brake is all right here. Set that down there. That works too. Then we'll next try and get the fork out. That was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. But see all that old grease and all that stuff right on those bearings? You can tell this bike's been ridden in the sand and all that kind of stuff. So we'll throw all the greasy stuff in that bin. And then off screen I'll clean it all up, make it all look nice. See all that stuff inside of there. And it's not necessarily just like because it's all rusty in here. Like if I clean it all off. And that was just a quick job with no degreaser. See how much cleaner it is inside of there? And then where it's the paint's just scuffed off, that's where the bearings ride for the headset. And I'll pop this chain off. Then you can see how it gets a bit bigger. And if you're wondering if you can ever use these cranks again, yeah. All popping that off is just so you can get them off. And this guy just threads on. And I've had some of these cranks that just never, ever, ever want to come off. this just pops off. And if I was to weigh this, I'd probably say it's a little bit less than a pound, but it's almost a pound. Try and get my tool back out of these cranks. Just see all that rusty and crud and all that stuff. Go through and take all these bolts off, because when I put them back on, I'll grease them all, because then say if the person wanted a rack, you can put a rack on it, or a bottle cage. This bike can hold 2 bottle cages here and here, and if you want to bring a rack, it goes on the back here. Just pop the derailleur hanger off. Then, so I don't lose these bolts, because you can only use the derailleur hanger bolts on like derailleur hangers, or if you're doing like a 1x chainring, because these are the same as a 1x chainring bolt, you can use them, but yeah. Who wants to see this, how this frame weighs? And it's literally just the frame with the headset cups, and that's the only thing in this frame. I'll grab my scale up here. Leave a comment down below on your guess of what this frame weighs. My, just holding it, I believe about 4 or 5 pounds maybe. Again, leave a comment down below what you think this thing weighs. Have a look at what the frame weighs, just the frame with the headset cups on the scale there. And I'll take a weight on what the fork is. And this is a coil fork. In my opinion, it probably weighs more than the frame, but we'll soon see what's a good way to do this. Have a look at what the fork weighs there. It's more than the frame. The frame was 5.35 and the fork is 5.95. So that's just kind of sort of telling you that these coil forks are just really heavy. And if you want to upgrade them, even a cheap air fork is like a RockShox Recon or something like that is better than this Suntour coil fork. And this frame, like I said, is a lot lighter than that. So just hang this here. Anyways, thank you for watching B-Man MTB. This was the full teardown of a 2015 Scott Aspect 740. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be doing other videos on upgrading this thing and putting this bike back together. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.